Well, hello everybody, and we're back again for another Facebook Live. Today is going to be a really interesting topic because I'm going to be sharing a story with you from something that actually happened in a conversation a couple of weeks ago. And I thought it was so. I hope it's odd that it's not a normal situation, but the topic today is selling killing your business? Is it actually robbing you of opportunities to connect with individuals so that they can actually connect to you with your product or service? Hi, Danny. How are you? One of the things that I really enjoy is when individuals reach out to me and say, would you like to connect with one of my contacts? And this happened a couple of weeks ago, and I said, absolutely. So they did. They introduced us through Facebook, and my normal process is I will reach out with, it's very nice to virtually meet you. And when they reached back out to me, it was an interesting comment because it was a sales connection. This is how I can help you. This is what I do to make you successful. All of the words about closing me without ever having met me. And I responded with, my process is really about building a relationship to see how we can best support each other in our businesses, even if we're not able to, or at the right timing to connect with each of our products or services. And I said, would you still like to connect? And they said yes. So we had set it up to connect on the phone. Well, we had the call, and the very first thing they said, what are the 3 biggest pain points in your business that I can solve for you? And I said, well, with all due respect, when I reached out, I said, this is about building a relationship and, seeing how we can support each other. And hey, John, or I shouldn't say John, hi, Ivor. And their immediate response was, that was the most offensive thing I could say to them as a woman. And I went, what in the world did I say? I just wanted to build a relationship, not to heavily close. And, and it was like, wow. And so they went back into the sales process of, this is what I can do to help you solve your problem to take you to another level of success. And I said, well, I actually really do not like to be sold. And their next comment was, well, it's really interesting that you have on your profile that you're a sales coach if you don't like to be sold. Well, the whole conversation, if you can believe it, went downhill from there to where at the end of it, they hung up on me. And I got to thinking about, that interaction. What was it that was the intent of that person? And, we know that people will engage with people they know, like, and trust. And one of the illustrations that I've used over the years, particularly at the boot camp, is that when would it be appropriate to walk into a Starbucks and go up to someone you do not know and say, hi, my name is, will you marry me? Virtually, that's what this person was doing. They wanted to engage with them, their product, their service, without ever having a conversation with me. And so I started looking at, okay, is this the old paradigm that's coming back? Or is relationship selling just really misunderstood? And I just wrote a blog for a podcast that I'm doing for another individual. And I think it's misunderstood because we hear the words of, relationship selling and relationship connections. And at the end of the sentence, the words are changed, but the intent is the same. Buy my stuff. And so what I'm suggesting is that we get to know people. And when we engage with an individual, it's really about the connection with no agenda. Now, some people have challenged me with that, and they go, Gary, you have an agenda to do business with. And I go, yes, I do have an agenda to do business, but I don't know who that business will be a connection for. So when I engage with anyone on any level, it's really about getting to know them, what it is that's important to them, and I'm really looking for that opportunity to get enough information about them to refer them on to someone in my sphere, to be able to be a benefit to them. And inevitably, when I do that, I have a connection and I make an immediate, purposeful, beneficial connection for them, not for the return, not for an obligation for them to connect back to me necessarily, but it's really about building that, again, that relationship. And so when we have that, then it's a symbiotic. It's not about how can I get you to do something in my timing. One of the questions that I had from one of my clients a few months back was, how could I increase my conversion rate faster? And my answer was really a question. Are you asking me how you can get somebody to do what you want them to do when you want them to do it and not in their timing? And it was a pure aha moment for them. Because in that moment, it was manipulation. If we're there closing someone and getting them to do something, even if it's something that we really believe in, which most of us do. If we don't believe in our product or service, find a new product or service. But if we're forcing that into their life at a time that it's not usable, then it's not going to be beneficial. And we're really, again, going back into more of a manipulation, how to overcome objections just to get somebody to say yes to that product or service. Long-term relationships is about finding that pain and filling it, finding that need and filling it. That came to us, and we've had that concept for a very long time. J. Paul Getty actually gave it to us. All we need to do when we have to be successful in our businesses is to find that pain point, find that need, and then fill it, whether or not it's our product or service. So one of the things that I'm going to suggest everybody think about, when we engage with somebody, are we buying them also as a connection we want into our lives, into our businesses? This connection that I had from the story that I shared at the beginning today, that person's probably a very nice person. It's just someone that is not a good fit, a good connection for me. So I don't want to say that they're bad or wrong. It's just something that I don't want to engage with. And so one of the things that I really suggest is find your 3 defined deal breakers. Areas that you want in a relationship with whoever, whether it be a client, a customer, a referral source, an affiliate, someone that is connected to you in any way. That way we're building a sphere around us of like minds. And when we do that, business becomes much simpler, it becomes much easier because we're able to support in a genuine way. So as we connect, just think about how to fill those needs, and it's going to come back to you. And most of the time it doesn't come back, directly from that source, but it's something that as we build those relationships, the number of referrals and connections will happen and you will be successful. So, hi, Martina, and everybody, thank you so much for being on the Facebook Live. We're going to I'll be doing these more often now, and I really enjoy them. If there's a topic or an area that you would like me to, put some thoughts around on a Facebook Live, just reach out. I would love to hear it. And for those of you that are coming or thinking about coming to the boot camp in January, we have 85 people from around the country already registered. So if you have any questions about that, you can go to www.breakthroughbusinessmastery.com. Well, until next time, we will see you soon and have a great day. Bye-bye.